Hello, my name is Erica Bailey, and I will be your professor for Criminal Law in Action. It has been a pleasure over these past 3 years to be an instructor with the University of Maryland Global Campus, and I look forward to working with all of you throughout this course. So in this slide, I've included just a snippet of the course description, what you should expect to do over the course of the next 8 weeks. Is to study various elements or various types of laws, and then based on a fact pattern which is provided for you in the class discussion, analyze those facts to determine whether the individuals or the actors in the fact pattern have participated in any crimes, and if so, which ones. This slide is intended to give you the expectations for the weekly discussions. First and foremost, please post your initial response to the discussion thread no later than Friday of each week. In addition, please respond to a minimum of 3 posts from your classmates each week. For all of your initial posts, you must cite to the assigned reading. You are certainly welcome and encouraged to do outside research, but at a minimum, you must cite to the assigned reading. Of course, make sure that you properly cite using the APA tutorials if you need them, and also make sure that your post is free of any grammar or any spelling errors. So for this slide, I've listed 5 main points as far as assignments are concerned. The first, obviously, is to make sure that you post your assignment by the due date. Late assignments will receive a reduced score. If you have any issues with respect to getting your assignments completed by the due date, please email me in advance. Each of the assignments includes many subparts. In your review of the assignment description, please make sure that you carefully note and answer each of the required subpart questions. One recommendation that I have is that you use headings for each section or each subpart of the assignment. This will help you stay organized and stay on track and make sure that you respond to everything. I mentioned this next piece in the earlier slide, which is to carefully examine, carefully analyze the fact pattern to make sure that you are hitting all of the required elements for each of the assignments. I've posted a tutorial on the announcements page concerning APA citation. There's also a tutorial later on in this slide deck. If you have any other questions, definitely feel free to send me an email, and obviously make sure that you edit your assignments before you submit them. I included this slide in the presentation in order to help folks better understand the difference between carefully evaluating or arguing or defending a position versus simply listing or discussing what the relevant law is. In the discussions as well as in the assignments, you will be given a fact pattern initially, and then later on, as far as assignments are concerned, you're going to be asked to prepare a case brief. In all of your assignments and in all of your discussions, what I'm looking for is for you to carefully examine the fact patterns and then to prepare a response in the way of your posts or in the way of your assignments which defends a position or argues a position. For example, you may come to a conclusion that the individuals involved in the fact pattern committed a particular crime, or you may come to the conclusion based on your assignments that a search of a home was conducted illegally. If that is the case, what you will need to do is carefully analyze the law that's provided for you and defend your position. So I thought this was a really interesting and helpful slide to help you better review the difference between simply describing or discussing what the relevant law is versus really arguing or defending a particular position. So for this slide, I'm giving you the deliverables for each week through week 4. As you can see, from week 1, you're responsible for completing the week 1 discussion as well as the plagiarism assignment. In week 2, your only deliverable is the week 2 discussion. For week 3, your first assignment, the case analysis assignment, is due, as well as the discussion posts. And finally, in week 4, you're responsible for posting your week 4 discussion responses. And again, here, the deliverables for weeks 5 through week 8 are listed. In week 5, your second project, which is your legal analysis memo, is due. In week 6 and 7, you're responsible for completing the discussion posts. And lastly, in week 8, your final assignment, the case brief, is due, as well as your week 8 discussions. Please note that the final assignment is due Sunday, August 9th by 11:59 p.m. So for this slide, some of you may have questions about how the grade is distributed. The weekly discussions account for 3 points apiece, and they account for altogether about 24% of your grade. The first assignment, which is listed here, due in week 3, accounts for 21 points towards your grade. From this slide, you see that the second assignment, which is due in week 5, accounts for 25 points, and your final assignment, which is due in week 8, accounts for 30 points. As you can see from this slide and the previous slide, the graded discussions account for 24% of your grade. So please make sure to invest the time to really learn from your classmates and also to maximize your points in this area. I've included 2 other slides which are following, which will provide some tutorials and some additional information that you might need as far as navigating through the class, using the online tool, and then separately online tutorials involving APA citations. If there's any questions, my email is also in the last slide. I look forward to working with all of you. It's always very exciting to start a new class. And if you have any questions, please let me know.